May 2014. On May 2014, through Europe, newborn children will be compelled to take in a subcutaneous RFID chip. Public clinics in the European Union are to be alerted. The chip in inquiry will be contributed with the report sheet on the newborn. This chip will also be an impressive GPS sensor that will task with a micro disposable battery every 2 years in state clinics. GPS chip grants an edge of error of 5 meters as a statement that is excellent. It will be linked straight to a satellite which will guide the networks as forecasted. This chip will be essential for all kids born after May 2014, but with a present confirmation date until December 2016.
So that's one more step. All right, that's one more step. So you got a lot of Israelites that live in Europe that don't know about this. They got YouTube over there in Europe. I'm pretty sure they watch videos with us. You got a lot of these women. You know, women have their babies, so women don't really get into shit. You know, you guys get mad at us because we don't have no women around us. But you got women around you that's gonna flip. When that gun is put to their head, they're gonna flip. They're gonna sell. They're gonna flip like IHOP. Okay, they're gonna do whatever their God tells them to do.
This is back in Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
This is talking about the end of Esau's system, the downfall of Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of the chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
It said they're going to be as a strong people. They're going to be like an actual army in formation. But it's in actuality it's missiles. It's the ICBM missiles that's going to come from one government or continent or country to another country. To be exact, it's going to be America. The missiles are going to be shot on America. Now, I had this streaming box, a Sony streaming box. I discovered a new category on that thing, and it's called Snag Films. And basically, Snag Films, you can go on the website, and it's on the website. Snag Films is about 3,000 films, but they're all documentaries. Little bullshit documentaries, and they say you can even make a documentary and submit it to them, and they'll put it on their website. Or so if you have the Roku device or the Sony video streamer, you can get it, right? Man, I was getting into that's like my favorite channel now. Hey, I went to this one channel. They got a lot of documentaries on UFOs, and they had one documentary called, if you go to the search bar. If you put in top 10 UFO sightings in the search bar, and that no, go to the search bar on Snag. You don't go to the main. You there should be a search bar there. There's got to be a search bar someplace. Okay. Go to the home page. Right, because all of them got the search bar. But anyway, I think the documentary is called Top 10 UFO sightings in history or something like that. If you partially put it in, it'll come up. And anyway, they showed that it was somewhere in Europe. I don't know if it was Switzerland or the Netherlands or France. And I believe it was about the 1500s where they had UFO sightings just fill the sky, and they looked like they were having war games. And they actually had painters, artists, paint what they saw in the sky. Now, when I saw that, I thought about during the time of the Maccabees. You know what that is offhand? I mean, I can find it. Where it said for 40 days and 40 nights during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, they said that there were angels up in the sky on horseback with lanterns and spears and all that, and it looked like they were having war games. So that actually happened again. I believe it was the 1500s, if I'm not mistaken. Then there was another one. That's a bad film right there. Lord willing, we watch it tonight. Hey, they showed this one UFO sighting that a UFO came down not too maybe about 20, 30 years ago, and basically it flew over one of those military bases in America. And you know what it did? It blacked out the whole military base. Then when they went on their radar, you couldn't see the ship. But if you look in the sky, you can see the ship. And the final thing that ship did was that particular base had missile silos. And you know that so-called UFO turned off the missile silos? Just turned it off. And these devils didn't know what to do. We won't watch that later on. They didn't know what to do, man. So you know what I thought about? I said when Gog and Magog attack Babylon, they're going to go to shoot their missiles and shit ain't going to work. Yeah. Shit is not going to work. And they said there was certain shit that they saw, sightings and stuff. There was one sighting where normally they'll say, nah, that was a weather balloon. That was a weather balloon. But they had actual officials say, because the UFO sighting was so clear, so obvious, that they said, look, that was a UFO. That was a UFO. And it said that the UFOs were able to expand, become as small as a pin on a needle, or that can be on the top of a pin of a needle. It can go underwater. It can go to the bottom of the sea. It can disappear. It can reappear. So guess what? You devils are in trouble, man. You have a major, well, that's saying, they're going to say, Houston, we have a problem. All right?
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 5, verse 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. And then it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, and then it happened that through all the city for the space almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air, in cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band.
Now you see that if you look around, you can see it right now, Ricard. You can see it if you look around. That's an actual artist that painted that, what he saw up in the sky, and it said that it looked like they were doing, participating in war games. Look at that. Okay?
It says, and then it happened that through all the city for the space almost of 40 days, there was seen horsemen running in the air, in cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band of soldiers. And troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords and casting of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments and harness of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that apparition might turn to good.
Basically, them Alexander's men, or Antiochus Epiphanes' men, forces, and the other Israelites, they saw with great fear. You see? So, like, we don't go into the UFOs that much, but every once in a while we go into it, man. And that's another thing that's another prophecy when you start Zechariah 5. See, there's going to be a day where there's going to be UFOs that's going to cover the whole New York or Manhattan. That's gonna be over, man. And then I want to hear this clown Bro Polite say, well, I ain't into that spooky shit. Yeah. You gonna shit in your pants, man.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Along with your wife. Okay?
Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
The house of the thief. Thief is America. Now give me the one, and what is that? Zechariah. Is it Zechariah 9 and 12 or 12 and 9?